Let's go ahead and open up the driver's side door. Now right over there at the bottom is the primary hood release lever. Pull it. In front of the vehicle, right on top of the Mazda emblem right there, just lift up the hood a little bit and then put one finger right in there and then push it right. So push it right, lift up the hood, and that's the latch we're pushing right on. Now get the prop rod and put it right over there in that slot with the arrow marking it and pull it back a little bit to secure it. Now once the hood is open, that right there is the main fuse box. That's the cover for it. Press right there and lift up the cover, and you also have to get it off from the front there, and the cover comes off. Underneath is the fuse puller and all the spare fuses. Get the fuse puller, and then inside the car, let's get the secondary fuse panel cover off. Just grab the cover and get it out. That's the secondary fuse panel, and that's the fuse diagram for it. So the basic idea is that we'll be pulling the fuses for the outlets because that's likely what the problem is, a bad fuse. So we'll pull the fuse, check the fuse if it's good or bad. If it's bad, we have one spare 15 amp fuse. And these are the three 15 amp fuses that we'll be focusing on for the three corresponding outlet. Now, one thing to note is the center outlet is also controlled by this 25 amp outlet fuse, that white one, the 25 amp in the main fuse box. So both the fuses need to be working for that center outlet to work. And keep in mind, you only have one 15 amp spare fuse, so if you have multiple bad outlets, you need to decide which one you want to fix because you only have one 15 amp spare fuse. Let's go ahead, get the fuse puller on this one. This is the fuse for the front outlet, the one right by the climate control buttons. As soon as I pulled the fuse, the power went off because this fuse is good. How do I know that? Look at the center part of the fuse. It's not broken. If it's broken, then it's a bad fuse. See the spare fuse over here too? The center part is not broken, so it's a good fuse. If yours is broken, that's a bad fuse. And now you know what to do. Just get the spare fuse and put it back in. Let's repeat this process for the center outlet, the one in the console. Again, mine was good, that's why the power went off. How do I know? My center part is not broken of the fuse. When I put it back in, power comes back on. And finally, this is the fuse for the one in the cargo area. Now you know the drill. Pull the fuse, check if it's good or bad. If it's bad, then we'll replace it with this 15 amp spare fuse, and that's it. Once you're done, don't forget to put this cover back on. Let's just put this side in first, get it in position, and then press it to secure it in place. Put the fuse puller back in its position, and now let's just put the cover back on. Get the cover in position, and let's focus on the front side, the front edge there. Make sure it goes on properly. Good. Yeah, that's looking good. And just now push the cover to secure it in place, and that's it. To close the hood, push the hood and get the load off the prop rod. Get it out of that slot, put it back in its place, lower the hood and slam it shut. Hope you found it useful. Before we go, let me just give a quick shout out to Naya Motors Inc. for letting us use the car today to film the videos. They are a used car dealer here in Ottawa, Canada. Check out the link in description for their entire inventory.